Well, good morning. Good morning. Again, we are back, and we made it to that special time, the special video, you guys. Um, and also, like I was telling y'all, me and Ari are going to be having a special guest today. And as I said in the previous video, um, and last week's video, it was going to be a surprise. And if she like, I can let her introduce herself. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Very well done. I love that. Hello, everybody. My name is Haley, also known as Talented HV on YouTube. And I met these two lovely people, one via summer camp and one from school. And they're both pretty cool. And I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. Anytime, anytime. It's great for you to be here. So yeah, we're gonna make a special video. This is part 2, and we're gonna have some special guests. So just stay tuned, cause you never know who you might meet in here. So without further ado, I'm gonna come around. We're gonna get started, and hope you guys enjoy today's show.
Oh.
And I'm using the guitar today, guys, on the keyboard. Thought I'd change it up.
Good morning, everyone. As with this fungus in with that beautiful introduction. Just want to tell you guys today this is a very special video because we have Miss Haley, or your YouTube name is what again? Talented HV. Talented HV. So if you want to go hit her up or go view her channel, go to Talented HV. Alright, guys. So today's topic is college readiness. So an overview is we're going to pretty much be talking about the importance of college, what to do when you first get into college, who to contact. We're also going to be talking about college prep tools you can use, programs you can go through to get prepared for college. All right, so without further ado, first thing I'm going to do is talk about college programs. So I'm going to go first, if these two wonderful people don't mind.
Nope, not at all.
Go right ahead. So I went to a program called ABLE, which is held in Raleigh. And basically, you do different classes, such as classes that stir you to be more independent, that also stir you to the direction of college. So, as I said, I did the college prep program, and I took one college course class that talked about having a positive mindset. But at the same time, she had us set up as it was a real college course because we had to read. A book on, I don't even know what it was called. We had to read a chapter book and take a quiz every Friday, post on the discussion board about that chapter, and we went on college tours to about our college experiences and talk about, the Office of Disability. So, that's pretty much what happens in college prep. And I'll let Wes talk about the rest of the classes that you also had the opportunity to take one parts of taking college prep. So, Wes, go ahead and you can.
All right. Well, to finish out about ABLE, yes, I was also an able participant as well, but I didn't do the college. I did the classes, and the classes that they had there were technology. You could do a cooking class, of course O&M, and what else did they have there for classes? Oh yeah, independent living as well, and
education.
yes, and also, I mean this sarcastically, fun time of Braille. They had that too. Oh man. So those are the classes that they had. But when I first got there, I had on them. You know the reason why I took on them, just to brush up on the skill. Get
Plus,
stronger.
you had to.
Yeah, and first you had to. There was no choice.
That should have been the first reason on the list.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. But so yeah. I took that when I got there, and I also took independent living. And when I took that class, I actually, since I knew a lot of stuff, I was actually a helper in that class, and so I helped the people that did come through when I was taking that class. If they didn't know how to do something, I was basically like an assistant, basically, and that was fun. I made some new friends, and so I took that, and then I also took computer while I was there, and I didn't take the Braille until the next. I'm just gonna say semester, because it was like your schedule would change there. It wasn't like high school, of course, but your schedule would always change when you would like finish a class. So when I really enjoyed it. And then as time went on, I started finishing classes. I finished O&M. I finished also like independent living, and I also, those are the main two classes I finished. But I was still taking technology, and I was beginning to take also Braille, and because of course it was required. So I took that. Let me see that. What else did I take? I said I took cooking class. I took so much classes there, y'all. It's crazy. But all in all, to sum it up, it was good, and I learned a lot, and I'm very, very strong in my independence. I can travel somewhere. I can go anywhere I please, so I'm really making something of myself, and shout out to Abel, because you guys were a definite big help. You and GMS. So, Haley, if you want to go next.
Alright, so if you guys are not in the Raleigh or whatever area, Miss Talented B will talk to you guys about another helpful source that could get you prepared for college.
Yep.
Well, before that, I do want to just let everybody know that I did attend the Governor Moorhead School from middle school age till I graduated high school in 2018, so from 2011 to 2018. And my original plan was to go to the ABLE program. However, I was actually introduced to another program that was brand new at the time, back in August of 2018. It was called College Success. And it was basically a program to get you prepared for college, whether it was technology skills, academic skills, O&M, and independent living. It was in the Perkins School for the Blind in Watertown, Massachusetts. It only ran for 1 year because I guess due to COVID, it would be kind of hard to do that type of program online, so they started something else. But when I was there, I learned how to use my computer way better, because back in high school, I will admit, I was so confident of using a Mac, which it turned out I was not, because I was like, I want to learn how to use a Mac, but it turned out no one knew how to use one, because they either used iPads or Braille writers and stuff like that, so that was unfortunate. However, I did get my first Dell computer at the time, and I got more training with JAWS, one of the screen readers, by the computer technology person. Independent living skills such as baking, cooking, doing laundry, things like that. O&M, as it was previously explained, we did that. And academic skills, basically just talking about resources that you would have access to during college, such as disability services or things like that. And that's what I did for that year before I got accepted to my community college that I'm graduating from in a couple of days, which was also in Massachusetts, but that was also in Springfield, which I will talk about in a few. But College Success was a good opportunity for me, and they do have a new program now called Compass, which apparently is the same thing, but for high school age. So if you're in Massachusetts and you want some type of program like that before you consider going to college, go for it. Those things are really helpful.
Good, girl, good. So that brings us in. Thank you, Miss Talented Entity. That brings us into talking about our last program that it's almost like college, but it will help you brush up on a lot of skills and help you with other things about being visually impaired. That's why you see a lot of the older population going through this. But have no fear. You can still go. I don't really know the age rate, but the will go into talking to you about that program in particular.
All right, got you. Thank you. Yeah, so how I learned about Hadley and that college was through my counselor. And I found out about Hadley when I finished Able. And so they are actually based out of Illinois, but they do all of their stuff over the phone, Zoom, all that fun stuff. And so they have classes that help you with also your independence as well, but also it makes you confident as well. So what they have there for their classes is you also have technology there as well. You have music there as well, and that's what I majored in, because as you all know, I'm a musician and songwriter, and it's what I love to do. So I started with that, had technology, and then I had also Get Up and Go, and that class I'm in right now, and what it entails is like when you go different places, they talk to you about like also how to like to pack, and also a lot of different things. They very helpful. So what else? Sorry, sis, you kind of caught me off guard. They also have they also send out like podcasts as well on Fridays for you to listen to, and they also have an email website. If anybody's ever interested, let me know, and I can talk to them and get that information to you. If you want to check out these classes and podcasts as well. Now the podcast gets sent out on Fridays, and then if you miss a class, and if you sign up on their email website, they will send you a recording of that previous class. That way you can still be called up and on what you missed. But all in all, I definitely give Hadley a great 100 because they have been very helpful as well. I know it's been virtual because of the way things are, but hey, at least they've been there for me. And after I finish college, because I'm actually in the search of it now, finding a job as well. But we'll save that for another time. But I just wanted to throw that in there. So yeah, that I give Hadley a good rap. So who next? Sorry about that, y'all. I had my words twisted, but you know, it is what it is.
You did a very great job, Wes.
Thank you.
That brings us into talking about the applying for college process. And I'm going to first put in my experience, and then we'll have Haley go up next, since she kind of brought that up. That was very great of her. But anyways, the college process is not very long. Well, it is. That was sarcastic. But it's very long. And if you your own, I honestly suggest that you are very careful how you are applying to college, because the information that you give your college is basically transferred from your high school or transferred from whatever to that. So, for example, Social Security is a really big thing that they're going to need. And if that is wrong, then you basically are not identified. You are identified halfway because they have your name, they have the school you go to, but here is a big identification, especially when it comes to your financial stuff. Next thing that I want to keep you guys up is not necessarily if you don't need it. Financial aid is another thing that as soon as you find out that you are accepted in, because the financial aid is what is going to help you pay. Another important thing to keep in mind is you need to stay on top of everything. You need to stay on top, because once you get that acceptance letter, you're finally in. You're to the point where you can start doing that financial aid. You can start getting set up with the following things that we are also going to be talking about today. But I just have to throw financial aid in there because that needs to be filed as you get accepted in things and whatnot, so that you can go ahead and start your classes whenever it's time. I really forgot to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I go to community college, which is located in North Carolina, for those of you that do know. I applied for college all by myself, not because I had to, but because I need college being hard. Actually, no, it's not hard, but if you're careful, then it's a lot of things, like, as I said, things. Okay, you can roll into yours.
Alrighty. So, with mine, is actually an interesting story. So, while I was in the middle of the college access program that I mentioned previously that was in Perkins, I actually went with one of my cousins to a advising appointment with an advisor who was at Springfield Technical Community College, or you could just say STIC, STCC. And basically, they were just helping her, like, fill out information, or told her what she needed to fill out regarding her being a student. And I thought that went very well, and hey, I gotta start somewhere, because originally I applied to a university to go right after I graduated from high school. Unfortunately, I was denied due to a not satisfying ACT score, the American College Test, which is super hard. So after that meeting, I actually got some assistance from that advisor to apply that day. And not that long after, I think maybe a week, that's when I found out I got in for the fall semester of 2019, which started on Tuesday, September 3rd. And throughout my time there, I basically just took a small amount of classes at a time. So the first semester was 2, the second semester was 3, third semester 4, the fourth semester was supposed to be 4, but one class got dropped due to low enrollment, so that was 3. And the fifth semester and my final 6th semester was 4 apiece. So I was there for 3 years. And I'm going to get an associate's degree in general studies and liberal arts. Originally, it was a associate's in science degree for early childhood education, but I realized the field that I would do within that, it would be kind of hard to do as visually impaired or blind. And I don't want to be in school for many, many years to get a master's degree to teach visually impaired. So that's too much school. So within my second year, I got into the general studies program, and I was able to still graduate in a couple of days on the 2nd of June, so that's going to be nice. And then, like I also mentioned previously, if I got accepted, this time I did, because I'm a transfer student, which basically means coming from a community college to a university. I got accepted to the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, or UNCG, and I got into the communications program, and my goal is to be like a newscaster or a reporter like you guys would see on the news. So I'm just going to take 3 classes for my first semester, just to not have too much for the first semester and just to get used to the campus. And I am going to be staying in dorms, so that's going to be cool. So I'm looking forward to that. And just because you don't get accepted to a university at first, I was disappointed, but don't be, because that will happen for a reason. So you can either go to community college like I did, or you can go to programs like these two did. So either way, there are tools to help you get to the university step of college, and I'm looking forward to it. And also regarding the Hadley program that Leslie was talking about, when I was in the College Success program, I actually did a effective listening course with them, and also a customer service course with them too, and that was also fun.
Nice.
That just made me thought of it when you mentioned Hadley. Like, oh yeah, I forgot to say that. So right. I did those too, and I'm looking forward to going to my dream school, to UNCG. So that's gonna be fun. And also, college is not for everyone too. So don't think that we're giving you guys these tips to force you to go to college, because it's not for everybody. Because people can either go directly to work, or do community college then university, or just go to a university. It's your preference. It's your future, and it's your life.
That's right. It's all up to you. Good jobs.
Right, and like that's one piece of advice. College is really something that you have to have a mindset for. You have to want to sit down. You have to want to do the coursework. Certain time, that means you have to be pushing, doing a certain amount every day until you get it. I'm not saying weekends per se, but if you feel like working hard to get it done, get it. Also, as Haley said, sometimes, I feel like that, honestly, going program where you college, where you do college for at least 2 to 4 years or whatever, and you refer to the school that you desire to go. That is the smarter route, and also the cheaper route, because universities are like top notch. They cost a lot more. I've seen myself. But, honestly, the best thing to do is just go to a community college. Now, you have universities that are not so intense because of the fact that they try to go along with you whatsoever. But that you take only 8 weeks. You can work for 8 weeks and also have Zoom calls with your professor, Zoom calls with your advisor, and so on. And so if you feel like that you're not doing well in these well-known community colleges or well-known you also can go to those universities, like LU, Liberty University. I was doing some research on that. That is a very good school. First of all, because it is a Christian-based school.
Amen.
It had through a course 8 weeks, and you're basically have these Zoom calls. You have to be up there for a certain time. And the good thing about those universities is your advisor is always there with you. They're always checking up on you every week, see how you are doing in class. They also are keeping track of grades. So on top not good, they're gonna try to catch it before it's late. So don't be scared to go to those type of universities. They are there to help. Also, they are to perform in time, but also an effective amount of time. Because you actually do have an option to take start off with class. I really wish that I would have, because there were 2 classes that I had to retake. 2 classes that I didn't complete my first year. I wish I would have just took 2, because honestly, my life would have been so much easier. But the next thing we're going to be rolling into is disability services. Why is it important to contact disability services? For me, I can say it's important to contact disability services because it's going out to people with all disabilities, no matter if you are visual impaired, walk, talk, whatever. Any disability you have, it is important for you to contact services. Especially, I'm not trying to single these people out, especially people with learning disabilities. I want to go ahead and tell y'all this. Professors. You have some professors who don't care. They don't care. They don't care if that. Some are just there to teach and go home. I'm being brutally honest with every single one of y'all. They don't care. If you're not trying to communicate, then they're just gonna let you go on your class, and they're gonna see you fail. But it is also real life. Now, you have some of those professors that will give you grace. I had professors like that. Not putting your mind to the college course, it is only so much that those professors can do. But trust and believe me, they will go beyond and actually wait to give you the end of their course because they want to see you succeed. They also get in contact with you to see before they go ahead and put in a 0, because 0 is, there is no going back changing it. So let's keep that in mind. But you just can't take it best way because some do care. They did care. The take of perfect want to do. You want to be best if you want to be on the road when it comes to them. So that is a little side note there. Hadley, if you want to say something about that, you can before we get on to our actual topic.
This is disability service topic, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure we're still talking about the same thing. Okay. So, regarding me, I made sure I connected with the Disability Services Office with my community college when I first started back in 2019, because I know that that would help me to succeed. And one of the accommodations, just in case if no one knows what that means, it's basically exceptions and tools for someone who's blind, visually impaired, or has any other disability. It gives them an accessible way to complete coursework or any other reason why they would need one. And for me, the main one I had was extra time on test, because I would do them on the computer with a screen reader, and it takes just a little bit longer to read a question and read all the choices. So whatever time it was, let's just say, for example, 45 minutes for a 50 question test for a class, I would get 90 minutes. So it would say an hour and 30 minutes. So it would automatically be adjusted on the test. That's only if you communicate with your professors with your accommodation plan, along with your disability service counselor. So it can literally be anything, whether it is requesting material to be in Microsoft Word, which was another reason, another accommodation I got, because PDFs just don't like JAWS, because they don't, and those types of things. And same thing with formats like Canvas or Blackboard. My community college, they use Blackboard, and my upcoming university, they use Canvas, which I hate Canvas. I never used it on a computer, but it was pretty tough to use back in high school. But I guess I'll relearn how to use it. So, and that can also require accessibility stuff too, along with disability services, if they can do something regarding that, or they'll refer to you to the technology people, to the technology resource contact information. But I never had issues with Blackboard, so I'll see how I can do with Canvas. So there's probably some other ones too that I just never heard of them. But yeah, disability services is one of your best friends throughout community college or university. So just make sure you get that stuff figured out and straightened out before the semester starts. Make sure you contact each of your professors, no matter how many classes you take, with your accommodation plans and those things like that, and you will succeed.
Ooh. Just as I said, you have to put in that communication with your professors, because disability services will obviously send them the accommodation plan, but because they have so many students in their class,
Right.
let's be honest, they're not going to remember. But personally, if you're doing, whether it's online or in person, you have to make it known that you are there. This is your name, and this is the accommodation plan that you need. For me, when I first got to pick community college, the first thing I did, because I hear it was very important for all disabilities, I contacted my disability services office, and I don't know if this is for all school, but they needed an evaluation from your high school. So if you guys that are coming out of high school have been evaluated, records of that evaluation, but that is what your disability services need, especially if you don't have to take the test, otherwise known as GR test. That evaluation to kind of click into the classes that they feel that are more than necessary for. So, and they'll also need a copy of your updated, which is your last IEP meeting only because they can give you your most recent goals. They give you your most recent accommodations, because if you guys have an IEP or a 504, I'm not sure how that 504 works, but I had IEP. So those change over time. As you get older, as you begin to get educated about your disability, and as people get educated about you, your IEP changes. So there, because while I was in my first year of high school, said that I needed to sit up close to the board, because they thought in order for me to see, I need to be up close. But as time went on, they found that I was more for a listener. They said that I could sit where my place over there, the teacher wanted to place me. So that is why it's important to guys have and keep your updated IEP. Okay, now disability services also that your accommodations that you had in high school are not promised to happen all in college. So see, mine were, because they were easy, so they pretty much transferred from there. But now, I don't know if you guys on this phone had these accommodations, but basically, as Haley said, it's have stuff magnified. Now, if you are totally blind, then there's no need you have magnifications. But the abnormal accommodation for me was recording the lectures, but that had to be upon the approval of the professor. So make sure if you feel the need to record lectures, make sure that you are also communicating with that, because if you feel like recordings are important, you need those recordings. But at the same time, you can't record that professor without their permission. Just like right now, if we ask you guys not to record this episode, that means we say, because we don't want it to be released, we don't want it to have all those YouTube poops or whatnots. So we would ask y'all not to do that, but we are not like that.
No.
But rules are rules. That's the thing. Rules are rules, and you have to go by them. That is another reason why you should be communicating with both your counselor and your professors, all professors that you are talking with or are taking these classes with. Next thing we're about to get into, which is next to the last thing that we're going to get into, is the importance of DS or conditions of services for the blind, whatever you call them. Now, to me, the reason why they are so important is because they basically help you out with tools that you'll need while in college. Whether this is online or in person, because they will supply you with a laptop which has screen readers such as JAWS, Student-Text, NVDA. You will get an at-home evaluation or an in-person evaluation. Basically, evaluate you on what is needed. You also have magnifiers like rubies. I'm not sure what the magnifier is called that I have, but it's like a portable CCTV, all that fun stuff. And honestly, that will help you in college, because when you feel like your professors aren't listening to you, then those magnifiers or that screen reader on your laptop can definitely step in and help you out.
It can be
So that is why, to me, DSB is so important. Also, if you are taking 4 or more classes, also, they'll help you beyond college as well. Say if you are still looking for your dream job or whatnot, that it's also before and after college, because if you're still looking for your dream job and whatnot, they will help you. If you are looking for a job currently while you're in school, you just want to make money, they will help you find a job, but you will also be interested in that job. That's the thing. You can be interested in the job that you find, but at the same time, you'll be making money while in school. As Haley said, they teach you how to cook. Honestly, they are the ones who inspired me to cook, because ever since I've learned the basics of the stove, I've learned the basics of an air fryer, I love the basics of an oven. This is electric, obviously. I have been trying to do things on my own, trying to get recipes and actually cook them on my own step by step.
I feel you. I feel you. And sorry, y'all. We are back. On my end, the video cut off. Apparently, it ran out, but hey, we back, so it's all good. And I agree with both of them. You know, I that's why I went to Able, because I wanted to, you know, get more, of course, more confident and build my strengths of, you know, for the cooking, and like Sister Ari said, recipes and things like that. So yeah, you know, got to keep that stuff up, you know, especially if you are in all of our situation where you still living home with your parents. You know, I want to, you know, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to live here the rest of my life. I want to, you know, start off an apartment and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, see, they with me, so they get it. But yeah, so I hope this is also an encouragement to you in the public as well.
Oh, I want to say this too before I forget. So regarding the your state commission or DSB or whichever name you may use, they also offer to help you with financial aid too.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't my situation, like, because financially, lucky enough for me, was easy in community college, thank goodness. But they're able to do that too. And of course, fill out the right paperwork that they need to fill out, all those things, and they'll apply some funding for you for that too.
Yes. Keep in mind, that is if you are a full-time
student, which is like 4 or more courses, yes.
Right. More courses. You are considered a full-time student, that's when they can help. But, and see, I would understand why they would stop helping you after, not if you're considered a part-time student, because it is pretty much cheaper at that point, to where the financial aid will pretty much take care of it all itself. So, and basically, the funding is just so, because as you guys know, here's a secret: financial aid does not cover everything. So, DSB is honestly there to help cover what they don't. Because honestly, you do have extra fundings from financial aid, as everyone knows. But if you did not know that, you do have extra fundings. But basically, you will be spending the rest of that all on school if it wasn't for them. Which, anyways, even if you did have the opportunity to have DSB to pay for everything, you still need to save that money up for school. Let's be wise here, because we all go through situations where it gets hard when it comes to school. Say if you have to pay for your books, you have one extra book that you want to pay for, or you want to go to the student store, stuff like that, that financial aid is really there to help you, if you know what I mean. So use it wisely if you're going to use it, honestly. But yes, keep it in mind, full-time student, they will definitely be there. Even if you're not a full-time student, they can, ways, as I said, they can supply you with technology that will help you. Okay? All right. So, the last thing. Actually, again, it's the last thing. I should have mentioned this first. But, hey, it's another tip. But learning your campus beforehand
Oh yeah.
I don't care if you're talking about work. I don't care if you're talking about school. I don't even care if you're talking about your house.
For real.
Learning your campus beforehand.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You gotta know that. Like sister said, you know, if you college, school, work, home, you know, that new area needs to be planned out and mastered for sure.
Oh yes.
They tell you to go to work. You go to work, and they tell you, well, hey, you're supposed to be recording by the window. You know, okay, which window? Because there's a certain amount of light and people like things like that. Or they tell you to go wash this fork out in the kitchen. Okay, where's the kitchen? Or you're supposed to go to biology class. See, that's another thing about having facility services. They will basically have your classes to where you can get it in the same building, or at least the closest building to you. So that is another thing mine too. Before I was planning on going strictly online, they did tell me that you can make sure your classes are close to you, so that you won't have to walk as far distance as everyone else would have to. Which some people don't even walk; they drive. And they understand that they're not in a situation you can't drive. So they'll make sure your classes are close. Anybody else?
Gotcha. Yeah. It's all about learning the route.
Learn it. Please make sure. They do recommend you to go at least 2 weeks in advance. You take orientation over there on that.
That way,
Which is very
so you can walk it yourself. Yeah.
That's very understandable because you know, the more you sit here and you learn your landscape and whatever you learn how things go, then yeah. Yes. So basically, before we close out, as we always do, our one piece of advice that we would give you guys about this topic. The one piece of advice that I would give you guys about college readiness is go in ready. Go in with a mindset of being ready. Because if you are not ready, if you do not have the mindset to work, obviously you're going to go downhill with it. Take it from me from experience. Like, I had the mindset of being ready, but I didn't have the mindset of putting my mind into it. I wasn't as ready as I should have been. So, yeah.
Right.
Don't mess that up for yourself. And
No.
put this amount of classes at first so you can get yourself into that routine. I wish I really had somebody to tell me that at first, but I didn't. Got anybody else with that one piece of advice?
Wesley, do you want to say yours first?
Sure. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, my piece of advice is, you know, always, like Sis said, have a positive mind and outlook, but also, you know, even encourage yourself, you know, because tell yourself you can do it, you got it, and just have the faith in yourself. And even if you're having a hard day, you know, during those times of your classes, don't give up. Just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. And that's all I gotta say. So turn it over to you, man.
There's like a bunch of things I could say, but due to the fact that it was only one more piece of advice, I will say this one. Believe in yourself. Don't say, I can't, because then that will set you up for doubts for the future and doubts in your ability as a human being in general, whether if you are sighted, visually impaired, or blind, or etc. And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yes, girl.
Don't because if people notice that you're struggling, they might think, or they might talk to some other people going, they might need help. So don't be afraid to, because there's no law saying you can't ask for help for something, whether if it's getting around the campus or getting help with projects or homework or anything else. Whether if it's with services, talking to your professors, talking to your classmates, or even talking to your coworkers or your boss. Any of those things. Just feel confident, don't doubt yourself, and try to ask for help, and you will succeed.
Amen. Very well said.
You know, for a very long time, I've been wanting to get it together officially. Now I'm thinking more than ever, specifically for high schoolers, to talk about that college experience and what they're going to need to get right.
What did you say? It broke up on my end. I'm sorry. You wanted what?
I wanted to make a group specifically for high schoolers going into college.
Gotcha. Yeah.
To talk about those expectations and to better yet help them with the whole process if needed, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
exactly.
course. Yeah. And be an encourager too.
And also be a inspiration to people too.
Yeah, that as well.
Right, so if y'all watching this video and want to be a part of it, whether it's being in high school, you're in high school and you want to learn more, or if you just genuinely want to help, you've been in college before, you're in college. You're in college right now, or you're about to go to college, but you know how the process works. The more help, the better. So let me know.
I was going to suggest if you have questions about the topic or your own experiences, or if you have suggestions for other topics, you can leave them in the comments below the video.
Yeah, also comment that.
And also please like and share too.
And subscribe if you're new.
And hit that bell for more notifications.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
Yep. You know it.
ding. There you go. And also, I want to say my little phrase I say on my channel all the time. Everyone has a talent. Any type of skill is a talent, whether if it's doing laundry, knitting, singing, playing the piano, or even staying on your head for 10 minutes, which I can't do. So,
Right.
that last one, that'd be kind of hard. But if you can do it, I'm amazed. So, if you say you don't have a talent, then you do, because any skill is.
Right.
Right.
Wes, you want to say your catchphrase before I say mine?
Yeah, I was about to ask, would you like to go with me? All right.
Definitely.
All right. Well, my catchphrase is always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I love y'all. Always keep loving yourself.
There you go.
As I always say in my videos, love yourself, love each other, and be positive. And we are closing out here. We are out. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, y'all. We out.